Look, there's more to Texas than just being the greatest state in the United States, and we're going to cover the 10 reasons why people are making the move here. And I've lived in Texas practically my whole life, although I have made some detours throughout my career, which I have lived in New York, Chicago, Pittsburgh, New Orleans, just to name a few. So made a few rounds around the country. On top of that, I have moved every different way you could. I've moved actually somebody from Seattle to New Orleans. I've moved from New Orleans to Chicago. I've went from Chicago to Pittsburgh, Dallas to New York back to Dallas. I mean, I've been pretty much all across the country, crisscrossed whenever it comes to moving. I've done it by plane, train, automobile, you name it. I've done it almost every way you could imagine. But I always came back to Texas because it is the greatest state in the US, and comment below if you agree. If you don't, well, you'll have to be nice and also convince me why it's not the greatest state. But we are covering the 10 reasons why people are making the move here and why you could be next on the list. Now let's just dive into some of the stats and data whenever it comes to housing in Texas. So overall, the median home price in Texas is $335,900. If you travel down to Austin, you're going to be around $458,600. In Dallas-Fort Worth, around $390,700. In Houston, $323,100. In San Antonio, $314,400. And when you compare that to places like California and New York, it is a way cheaper option to live in Texas, and that's why so many people are moving here from California, Illinois, New York, New Jersey, Washington State because of the home values. Now, as with any state, housing prices tend to be higher in urban areas, and Texas offers a unique advantage due to its vast size. The state provides a wide range of housing options that cater to every budget. So whether you're looking for the city or out in the rural areas, Texas has it all. And if you compare that to the rest of the country, the median home price across the nation is around $408,000. So every city in Texas, every major city in Texas other than Austin, is lower than the national average. But when you look at California, the median price is around $763,000. And New York is even higher than that at $789,000 for the median home price in the state. So when people are moving here from out of state, this is one of the things that they absolutely love, is because they're able to sell their current home, pocket a lot of equity, or use that money to put a significant down payment to buy that house down even more. But you would not believe, actually you would believe the stories that we hear every single day of people selling their $750,000 million homes in California or New York, and whenever they come to Texas, they're getting homes twice the size, twice the square footage, sometimes 3 times the square footage, and they're still even to pocket some of the money left over. So overall, just from a housing standpoint, and especially for those of you right now that you feel like you're being priced out of the market because of continuing price increases and appreciation throughout the nation, despite everybody saying the market's going to crash, well, you know, the alternative is to make a move. If you're a remote worker or work from home, this might be the alternative you're looking for, which is to move to one of these southern states, especially Texas. And even if you break it down to rent, the average rent in Texas is going to be around $1,200, which is still pretty affordable compared to most areas, especially if you look at New York or downtown Los Angeles. You know, the rents are bottom out somewhere around $3,000, and that is likely you're going to have something extremely small and probably have to share that with somebody else to even afford that. All right, so number 9 is going to be the tax advantages. There's several different tax advantages that you can utilize here in the state of Texas. And number 1 is no state income tax. One of the standout advantages of living in Texas is the absence of state income tax. That's right. Texas residents enjoy the benefits of keeping 100% of their hard-earned income. Unlike many other states, Texas has voted against implementing a state income tax, allowing individuals and families to retain more of their money. And by the way, my name is Levi Lassick with the Living in Dallas, Texas team, the #1 relocation team here in the Dallas, Texas area. And if you're thinking about making that move, you know, feel free to check the description below. You'll find all of our information there. We're happy to help you make a smooth move to Dallas. And that brings us to no estate tax. In addition to the lack of state income tax, Texas also does not impose an estate tax. This means that your heirs can inherit your estate without facing additional taxes on its value. The absence of estate tax is a significant advantage for those planning their financial legacies in Texas. And for you business owners out there there, there's no corporate income tax. Texas also stands out as a business-friendly state due to its lack of corporate income tax. This tax advantage has made Texas a hub for businesses and entrepreneurs, fostering a thriving economy and job opportunities. The absence of a corporate income tax creates a favorable environment for both established companies and startups, allowing them to reinvest their profits and drive economic growth. That means that Texas has an overall tax burden of 8.6%, and that is significantly lower. And if you were to compare that against New York, theirs is around 15.9%. All right, number 8 is going to be the cost of living. So Texas boasts a cost of living that is 5.8% lower than the national average. This means that everyday expenses, including housing, groceries, transportation, and healthcare, are more affordable compared to the rest of the country. Living in Texas allows you to stretch your budget and maintain a comfortable lifestyle. And that brings us to number 7, which is job opportunities. Now, just over the past year, Texas has witnessed a staggering amount of new jobs in the area. Up to 600,000 new jobs have been added. This influx of employment opportunities is a testament to the state's thriving economy and the numerous benefits it offers to both businesses and job seekers. And of course, that is due to the migration of very large corporations making their move here to Texas. Texas has become a magnet for large corporations, resulting in increased job opportunities. Many businesses are relocating their headquarters or expanding their operations to the state. This migration can be attributed to Texas business-friendly policies such as the Texas Enterprise Fund and the Product Development and Small Business Incubator Fund. These initiatives foster a supportive environment for companies, encouraging their growth and expansion in Texas. Oh, and that brings us to number 6, which is the weather. Now, Texas, known for its size, truly has something for everyone when it comes to weather. Now, whether you prefer a warm tropical climate or still enjoy snowy days and cold winters, Texas has the perfect region to match your preference. All right, that warm tropical climate you may be wondering about. Yes, this summer we have seen some record heat, multiple days over 100 degrees, but I don't know, I could consider that tropical. I mean, growing up here in Texas, I'm used to this. I like the hot weather, and I'm not a fan of the cold. Now, southern cold is completely different than northern cold, but if we talk about the warm tropical climate right now, then you are going to experience that, especially throughout the summer. Spring and fall are very mild, amazing in my opinion. They're my favorite seasons because the weather is absolutely perfect all the way up through December. So even when you get into, let's say, fall and the first part of winter through January, you can still have temperatures in the 60s and 70s, which makes it very enjoyable here. Usually February is the worst month when it comes to cold. Temperatures drop. That's usually when we have our freezing temperatures or snow, but they typically don't last long. If it does snow, it won't be on the ground longer than a day, typically. Now, but in the past couple of years, we've had some interesting weather events, so that's made February quite fun. But when we get into March and April, then things start to warm back up and get really nice, again, back to 60s and 70s, very mild weather, all the way up through June. And if you live in Texas now or lived in Texas before, what are your thoughts on the weather? I'm sure you have your own opinion, right? All right, that brings us to number 5, which is going to be family friendly. Now, Texas has emerged as one of the best states to raise a family, mainly because of the size. So if you want to venture out, you don't want to be stuck in the city, but you still want to be close to the proximity. There's so much growth happening around the major cities, in these suburbs, in these areas, to where you're going to find a lot of families on the outskirts of the major cities. On top of that, Texas has some of the best public school systems in the entire country and has just been rated the number 2 state to raise a family in. And if you dig a little deeper into the education of Texas, you will see that there is a lot of highly rated public schools. And even according to niche.com, 2 of the top 10 high schools in the United States are in Texas. All right, number 4 is going to be traffic. That's right, traffic. Traffic's terrible everywhere, right? I don't know. I think Dallas is a lot better, at least where I'm at in Dallas is a lot. But now Austin's pretty bad. Houston's pretty bad. Dallas keeps moving. Rarely in Dallas will you just be stuck in a standstill. You'll get through everything, usually no more than an hour delay, and that's if you're making a 30-minute drive. So it just depends. If you're going during rush hour, you're always going to face those obstacles of fighting traffic with traffic, but most of the time it stays on a steady moving pace. Interestingly though, Texas has earned its reputation for the 7th best state to drive in, taking into account infrastructure, maintenance costs, safety, and vehicle and maintenance access. When it comes to gas prices, Texas takes the lead, ranking number 1 in the country for average gas prices. This means means that drivers in Texas enjoy the advantage of lower fuel cost, allowing them to save money on their daily commutes and long-distance travels. Texas also claims a top spot in terms of the cost of ownership and maintenance of a vehicle. With low vehicle ownership cost, including registration fees, insurance rates, and taxes, Texans can enjoy the benefits of vehicle ownership without excessive financial burdens. And number 3, of course, is lower crime rate. Everyone is always concerned about safety, especially the areas they're thinking about making a move to, and especially if they're coming from safe areas in the state they're currently in or the city they're currently in. They want to be able to have the confidence to know that they are moving to a safe place as well. Texas is renowned for its lower crime rate and commitment to providing secure living environments for its residents. In fact, 4 of the 5 safest cities in the entire U.S. are located within the state of Texas. This study was found in Spectrum News and, of course, places Frisco as the top spot for safety in its 2nd consecutive year. Taking 2nd place in North Texas was McKinney, followed by McAllen and also Plano. All right, number 2 reason people are moving to Texas is for the diversity. So Texas has a very diverse population comprising individuals from various cultures and backgrounds. In terms of diversity, Texas holds an impressive 7th position in the country, boasting 67% diversity index score, according to wisevoter.com. Texas can be described as a melting pot of culture, heavily influenced by Mexico, which has fostered a vibrant and robust Hispanic community. The rich heritage and traditions brought by Mexican immigrants have significantly contributed to the cultural fabric of the state. This influence can be seen in various aspects of the Texan life, such as cuisine, music, art, and festivals, where the essence of Mexican culture is celebrated and cherished. The strong Hispanic community in Texas adds to the tapestry of cultures that coexist within the state, creating an environment that embraces diversity and promotes cross-cultural exchange. Texans have the privilege of engaging with people from all walks of life, broadening their perspectives and gaining a deeper understanding of different customs, languages, and traditions. And I tell you what, it's very difficult to beat some good old Tex-Mex cuisine. It's amazing. And the number 1 reason why people are moving to Texas? Lots to do. I mean, there is almost endless opportunities of things to do here in the great state of Texas. Because Texas is so massive, it offers something for everyone, ensuring a diverse range of activities and attractions to suit all interests. Nature enthusiasts will find themselves in paradise as Texas boasts 2 national parks and over 80 state parks, natural areas, and historic sites. Whether you're seeking breathtaking landscapes, wildlife encounters, or outdoor adventures, Texas has it all. From the iconic Big Bend National Park, known for its rugged mountains and scenic desert vistas, to the enchanting Guadalupe Mountains National Park, home to stunning canyons and diverse flora and fauna, nature lovers will have plenty of options to explore the state. Sports lovers will find Texas to be a haven for thrilling athletic experiences. The state offers one of the most vibrant and energetic atmospheres for professional sports in the entire country. With 2 NFL teams, the Dallas Cowboys and the Houston Texans, football fans can witness top-notch games and immerse themselves in the electrifying spirit of the sport. For basketball enthusiasts, Texas proudly boasts 3 NBA teams, making it one of only 2 states with such a distinction. Fans can cheer for the San Antonio Spurs, the Houston Rockets, and the Dallas Mavericks. Texas is also among the select few states with 2 Major League Baseball teams, further adding to the sports extravaganza. Fans can catch the Texas Rangers in Arlington and the Houston Astros, witnessing the thrill of America's favorite pastime in 2 distinct baseball stadiums. And there you have it. So if I missed a reason why maybe you moved to Texas or why you're thinking about moving to Texas, make sure you leave me a comment below and let me know what I left out. But otherwise, those are the top 10 reasons that we see the influx of people making their move to Texas, especially here in the Dallas area where we're located, where we absolutely love it. And this is the great thing about Texas, is that there, again, is something for everybody, and you're probably going to end up better off financially, less restrictions, more business friendly, less taxes, which is something I think most people appreciate. If you don't, well then, yep, stay in those other states where you pay much higher taxes or have more restrictions, or business restrictions are a lot more. But otherwise, there's so many advantages to living here in the great state of Texas. And again, if you're thinking about making that move, and that could be 9 days or 9 months, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, or schedule a Zoom, our personal favorite. All of that information is in the description below. And until next time, well, we hope to show you around town. All right, this could be a thumbnail. There's several different tax advantages you can take. There's several different tax advantages that you can. Now let's just drive in. And that brings us to number 14. Don't California my Texas. That's a very common saying around here, and it's not that we're not welcoming and we don't want people to move here, but we just don't understand, why are you leaving these areas, in particularly California, the West Coast, the Northeast, where you have